mercy, Lord have mercy. Oh my good God. You knew I had to get a piece of this. Hey, Nigeria, I know y'all don't like me. It's based on what y'all tried to play with me yesterday. I'm going to show you this morning how mainstream media and white supremacy works. I'm going to show you this. Since y'all wanted to come up in my comment thread yesterday talking about why you talking about Burna Boy and what he said? Because what he said wasn't that bad about what's going on over there with you Akatas. Okay, we gonna play that, and then I'm gonna show you how they made your man persona non grata with us, because that wasn't us. We were content to let that man live, but y'all letting this man go do all these concerts and sell all over the world. This is what y'all told me. And he just gets in front of a camera and says some of the most asinine things about black folks over here. And then y'all try to explain them away. No, let that man stand 10 toes down on what he said. Let him stand 10 toes down on what he does. Y'all shouldn't have to explain that man. This how he feels. This how he feels. Let's do it. Now, what I'm referring to is yesterday, Wednesday, I put up a video commentary about Burna Boy in a 2020 article saying that African Americans, especially the brothers, don't have knowledge of self. And of course, the Nigerians got pissed off at me for putting that up, talking about why did I put that up? Why did I put that up? Because this is how this man feels. This is the disregard he has for us, especially the foundationals. So much so that when he got caught out talking about it, he had to come back and clarify that he's for reparations and land for the foundationals, hoping that would take the stank off. And guess what? The white media, when he initially dropped the clip, they let that article from 3 years ago trend. They let that come right back into the lexicon. Most of us didn't even know he said that. But this is what I mean. The media is duplicitous. I've told y'all this on many occasions. But all right. This is a through line. This is a through line. Y'all ready? Let's get ready. Because I'm going to show y'all how this works.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man. Now y'all going too far, man. You going too far, man.
All right, y'all. Y'all see on the screen, he was on Shaka Bar's IG last Friday, which was ironically St. Patrick's Day. And this fool said this.
So I'm here with a man himself, the African giant Burna Boy, and I want to ask you, why is it important that the diaspora come home?
Most of the diaspora is already home, sir.
You know why? Okay, let's use America for example, right? Because but we can use it anyway. Yeah. But let's just use America, right?
Technically, you should have used your people since they want to play Japa games and go around the world. You should have been talking about your people, the Nigerians. But all right.
Why do you think the Chinese American, has their respect, and they don't go through the things that African Americans go through? Even though they might go through their struggles, I'm not taking anything away from them, but they don't go through what the African American goes through. You know why? Because the Chinese American has a base. He actually knows where he's from in China.
Right. And they have support from the Chinese government.
You understand? Like the Italian American,
they have Italy.
They know where their grandparents came from in Italy before. They know the first person in their family to come to America to start that line that made them Italian American. They know. You understand what I'm saying? And same goes for everyone else except the African American. You understand what I'm saying to you? So how can an African American and an Italian American be on the same field when the how do I put this in a nice politically correct way? When
You couldn't put it in a nice political way, sir, because what you said was stupid. When Chinese people come over here, they forget that they were from over there. They may instill that in their kids, but they forget that they're over there, especially since it's communist. They use that to gain sympathy. And then when they get power, it only comes up when somebody does their backstory. But okay, you want to play that game. The Italian Americans, yeah, how many of them really go back over there? Yeah, they become American. But of course, you wanted to say this. Okay. Lesson one, the internet never forgets. I put up the story where you said that 3 years ago. I'm dealing with you this way because you do not like us. You do not like the foundationals. I'm better off with you saying that you don't like them and let people deal with you in that vein than you sitting up there saying these things, then you getting caught out there and then you're trying to backtrack it. No, sir. Sir, you're in Nigeria, sir. Because in that same article that all these idiots got mad at me for posting up, you talked about how you drive around your Rolls Royce and your Lamborghini around Legos. Yeah, because the people who are in poverty there, they would love to see that. Uh-huh. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry about that. Phone call. Jamal Bay, good morning. DSB, good morning. And Pac Miller, good morning. Let's see. How come Africans like him always sound like dumb house slaves? It's because they love Europe. They love Europe. I don't get it. Uh Nigeria. You guys have Asians coming into your cities, building in your cities, and then they telling you you can't shop there. They don't pull that with us here because we would get rid of them with the quickness. I haven't seen y'all fight yet. But again, this is a lesson because the media and white supremacy, they kept the file on this man. Y'all seem not to understand how social media works. If he says something like this, somebody somewhere is going to say, hey, let me go explore this. Let me go explore this. And that article showed up. But y'all let that bypass. This was the same dude in that article. The only reason why he said that was because black people over here were not gravitating to his music like Kid did, like people did with Kid. That's why he said it. He does not like foundationals. He does not like Western black folks. And for all y'all that want to tell me, oh, he's selling out everywhere and his music's great, guess what? He don't even trend on where it matters. He's not even on Billboard. He don't trend. Y'all want to tell me Afrobeats is taking over the world. Y'all can't even pass K-pop. Y'all can't even pass basic hip hop. You're considered part of the pop genre and y'all can't even rival K-pop. Hip hop at least rivals K-pop. So how are you taking over things? This is what I mean. You guys love to act like you're the most successful people in the country and in the world, and nobody cares. They keep pulling receipts on you. Y'all swear up and down y'all run y'all are this big enclave in Houston. Guess what? When they talk about black business in Houston, what's the first one they bring up? They don't bring up no doctor working in one of them systems down there that's Nigerian. No, they bring up the turkey leg hut. How about that? And y'all are so big in Houston that the first chance y'all get, y'all run to Dallas. But I wasn't supposed to say that, right? Y'all so big in Houston, but I'm not supposed to say the fact that you guys are now running to Atlanta, getting the Ethiopians pissed off, but I'm not supposed to say that, right? Okay. Let's play the game, folks. I didn't went in enough on Burner Boy. He's irrelevant. We're gonna do it like this. Good morning to everybody. You knew I had to get a piece of this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerians, hey, did I not warn y'all a month ago when I did the Afrobeat show that the world is going to make y'all look like degenerates? I said this. Oh, yes, I did. I didn't play games with it. I didn't try to say it just because I wanted to be different. I didn't want to go viral. None of this. I said this because I knew exactly, exactly the play they were going to use. They were going to take something that should not, I repeat, should not come over here. This is not our problem. This is not our problem. But they made it our problem. And why did they make it our problem? Because the entire media apparatus made sure that everybody in the world will begin to see what they want us to see. And that is that Nigeria is going to be the central hub of organ trafficking. And they successfully did it. Don't believe me, Nigeria? Come in and pull up a chair. Because we're going to start in your homeland. And we're not talking about Nigeria. We're talking about London. Oh, London. London, London, London. You know, you guys' favorite place to run to as Jappas. Okay. Explain this to me, Nigeria. I'm going to let the video tell it.
We've just got some breaking news from the Old Bailey, and that is that a Nigerian politician has been found guilty of an organ harvesting plot that involves a British
Plot. He was found guilty of an organ harvesting plot. I need y'all to understand the way they said that. That's how they're going to show y'all how y'all don't want to be showed. Plot. They're making him sound like a mastermind. But you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right.
hospital. It's the first case of its kind. So Senator Ike Ekweremadu, his wife Beatrice, and a medical middleman called Dr. Obina Obeta were all found guilty at the Old Bailey of conspiring to exploit a young man from Lagos in Nigeria for his body part. Their daughter Sonia was cleared of the same charge, and the victim was a 21-year-old street trader from Lagos He was brought to the UK last year to provide a kidney to their daughter Sonia in an £80,000 private transplant at the Royal Free Hospital in London. So, the first case of its kind in which a Nigerian politician has been found guilty of an organ harvesting.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
From the old
There you go. But I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Sky News, the antithesis of BBC News over there in the UK, even though most people tell you they're the same, but okay. They literally broke in their newscast to report this. How does this affect the nation? If you're looking at it for the first time, how does this affect the nation? Mm. Welcome to what Western black people have been going through. The media gonna turn on you. Welcome. Let's read the story. Now here we are. Look who covered the story. Now again, I told y'all, this is how the media works. Look at this. CBS, ABC, The Independent, CNN, The Guardian, of course, that's over in the UK. Yahoo used BBC News. San Francisco Gate, Daily Wire, the AP, twice. Now, this is the story originally about him being in court. Sky News, The Guardian, Yahoo, Bloomberg, ITV, Al Jazeera. Well, they talked about the story last year when it first came up. Channel 4 over in the UK, The Star over in I think that's America. I ain't sure. Daily Mail. Look at that. Wealthy Nigerian senator. MSN took the Evening Standard over there in the UK. Washington Post. We have cartels doing this all day, every day, but they focus their media apparatus on you. But I don't know what I'm talking about, right? When I told y'all they were going to make y'all look like the degenerates of the diaspora. I don't know what I was talking about. You right. You want more? I will give you more. And then I'm going to show you how this has also happened with white people, but they buried it when this got broken. US News, look at this. BBC again from last year. Nigerian kidney theft. They didn't even get the kidney, by the way, but they're calling it theft. God. Okay, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Look at all this. Okay. Now you're saying, okay, that's about the Nigerians. All right, whatever. I just said as a rib. Let me look up white man organ trafficking. As a rib. As a damn rib. That's DSA. Good morning. Damn, you and Black Life is live. I didn't even know he was live. I didn't even get a notification. I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't even get a notification. I didn't even know he was live. Maybe that's why my numbers are low. That's good. Shout out to that man. But look, this says, I'm gonna go back up. White man organ trafficking. I'm going to show y'all this screen. Look, I just said as a rib, white man, organ trafficking. That's all I said. Because I remember there was a story in New York of a Jewish man doing this. And I wanted to pull that story up to see if there was any comparisons. Look, what is the first story about that damn Nigerian politician? Reuters, Nigerian politician. Look, y'all want to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all are the face of this now. There's a level of complacency. Trial exposes UK's vulnerability to what? Organ harvesting. Y'all are the face of this now. Here we go. New York Times had to go back. Look. Okay, here we go. Chinese doctors jailed for illegal organ harvesting. Back in 2020. That's over in China. Nobody cares. Look, they gave you a couple stories, then this again. Here we go. This was the story I was talking about. About the Jewish man that did it. We gonna talk about that story too. But look, Interpol has a site. Look, 2021, human trafficking, North and West Africa. Look at this. Fam, we not playing with this no more. I'm giving y'all the proof. Yes, we're gonna show that story, Pac Miller. Yes, I'm gonna read the story now. Since y'all want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. From BBC News. Ike Ekweremadu, whatever the hell his last name. We'll just call him EKE. Organ trafficking plot politician and wife guilty. A senior wealthy Nigerian politician, his wife, and a medical middleman have been found guilty of an organ trafficking plot after they brought a 21-year-old man to the UK from Lagos. Senator EKE, 60, his wife Beatrice, 56, and Dr. Obeda, 50, were convicted of conspiring to exploit the man for his kidney in the first such case under modern slavery laws. The Old Bailey heard the organ was for the couple's daughter, Sonia, aged 25. She was cleared of the same charge. The victim, a street trader from Lagos, was brought to the UK last year to provide a kidney in an £80,000 £80,000 private transplant at the Royal Free Hospital in London. The prosecution said he was offered up to £7,000 and promised opportunities in the UK for help, and that he only realized what was going on when he met doctors at the hospital. It was alleged the defendants had tried to convince medics at the Royal Free by pretending he was the cousin of Sonia, who has a debilitating illness and remains on weekly dialysis, when they were not related. While it is lawful to donate a kidney, it becomes criminal if there is a reward of money or other material advantage. Royal Free consultant Dr. Peter Dupont concluded the donor was unsuitable after learning he had no counseling or advice about the risk of surgery and lacked funds for the lifelong care he would need. The court heard the Ekweremadus then transferred their interest to Turkey and set about finding another donor. An investigation was launched after the young man ran away from London and slept rough for days before walking into a police station in Staines in Surrey, crying and in distress. Relaying his fears, he told police the doctor said, "I was too young," but the man said if you do not do it here, he would carry me back to Nigeria and do it there. Jurors heard that Sonia was studying for a master's degree at Newcastle University when she became ill in December 2019. In 2021, her father enlisted the help of his medically trained brother, D-Way, to search for a donor, the court heard. D-Way, who remains in Nigeria, turned to a former classmate, Dr. Obeda of Southwark, South London, who recently had a private kidney transplant at the Royal Free with a Nigerian donor. Dr. Obeda then engaged with Dr. Chris Agbo of Vintage Health Group, a medical tourism company, as well as an agent to arrange a visa for the donor, the court heard. The victim, who knew the man had donated his kidney to Dr. Obeda, was recruited from a Lagos street market where he made a few pounds a day selling phone accessories from a wheelbarrow. Boy, they just showing y'all something. They just going low. They just did, boy. All right. This is more than a 3-minute read, by the way, because they said this is about a 3 to 4 minute read. This is what they're giving you, a whole bunch of information in 3 to 4 minutes. Sonia, who had declined to give evidence, wept in court as she was cleared by the jury and tearfully hugged her father as he was remanded into custody with the other guilty defendants ahead of sentencing on 5 May. The prosecution has confirmed the maximum sentence in the organ harvesting case is one of life. Nigerian politician, huh? All right. Following the convictions, Chief Crown Prosecutor Joanne Jacomek described the conspiracy as a horrific plot. Quote, the convicted defendants showed utter disregard for the victim's welfare, health, and well-being and used their considerable influence to a high degree of control throughout, with the victim having limited understanding of what was really going on here, she added. Detective Inspector Esther Richardson of the Metro Police commended the victim for his bravery in speaking against the offenders. She added police, the Crown Prosecution Service, and Human Tissue Authority teams had worked tirelessly on the case, which is the first time that defendants have been convicted under the Modern Slavery Act of an organ trafficking conspiracy. The Ekweremadus, who have an address in Willesden Green, Northwest London, and Dr. Obeda had denied the charges against them. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. I warned y'all they were going to make y'all degenerates. The mainstream media. CLU Realty, hello. Amazing. First slave traffickers convicted are African, convicted by whites. Interesting. I warned them. This is how you don't think the white media has been sitting there watching your interactions with the foundationals and B1 society for the last 4 years. You don't think they were watching? Y'all think social media, y'all think this is what my problem is with these Nigerians. You guys think you're in a bubble. You think your words just carry weight because a bunch of y'all want to sit up there and thumbs up posts and all this. Stupid. When you thumb up a post, let me explain to you how social media works, even though you know this, but y'all so successful, maybe you forgot. When you thumbs up media posts and interact with it, you're bringing the algorithm towards it. And the powers that be, aka white supremacy, they take notes of that. When Burna Boy said what he said to Chaka Bars, hey, guess what? The algorithm took it, spread it all over the place. He couldn't run from it. He couldn't say that wasn't me, or that was I might have been drunk. I didn't know what I was saying. And anything associated to him was going to get latched on to that. Whereas here with this story, fools, he just gets convicted under the Modern Slavery Act for organ trafficking. I just showed you 10 minutes ago, before reading that article, I said there was a Jewish man that did the same thing in New York. I put in to go look for that. They're only talking about you. You guys are now the face of this. And trust and believe this is not the only case. They're just waiting. They know there's some stink on this. They're not just going to put it out because they know if they start putting out more stories, it's going to look like a vendetta. Now they're going to have to really go do some investigating as well, because they know there's more cases out there of Nigerians being trafficked for their organs. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Interpol didn't put out that report 2 years ago about organ trafficking in the north and western parts of Africa. That didn't happen. Vice didn't put out a goddamn documentary about what's going on in Liberia, where they were cutting out people's organs and selling them on the black market. That didn't happen. Stuff up. This never happened. Got it. Rain Love, good morning. FBA, do not move to Africa, especially with your reparations. Africans cannot sell your land, only lease it to you for a set amount of years. Well, there's plenty of people that have been on YouTube showing how they've been scammed out of their money, especially in Ghana. But again, y'all want to tell us, you Pan-Africans would love to tell us that going back to Africa is the safe bet. Yeah, all right. You want us to play with this. But there you go. Here you go. True Crime Blog on A&E.com, A&ETV.com. The grim truth about organ trafficking. Oops. Levi Isaac Rosenbaum considered himself a matchmaker, but not the kind you might expect. In 2011, a 60-year-old Brooklyn man admitted to brokering the illegal sale of 3 kidney transplants, purchasing the organs from economically desperate people in Israel for as little as 10 grand a copy, and then selling them to sick patients in America for more than 100,000 each. They buried this, sir. And ma'am, they buried this. Now, he got convicted. And when did he get released? 3 years later. Oops. Here it is. Organ selling is illegal, and for his crime, Rosenbaum was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison in what was America's first federal conviction for illegal organ profiteering. He was released in 2014. So he got out in 2.5 years. Them people fixing to do life. But you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about when I say the media is duplicitous. And they're going to make y'all look like the degenerates of the diaspora. You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. But according to experts in the field, Rosenbaum's case isn't an isolated incident. His crime barely scratches the surface of a massive underworld of organ trafficking. It's happening in almost every country all over the world, says Monir Razan, whatever. Professor of anthropology at Michigan State University and expert in legal organ trafficking. And it's becoming more prevalent. Let's see if they have any other data on this. Oops. The fourth entry. I just looked up Nigeria organ trafficking. The fourth entry. The fourth. Organ trafficking. Surprisingly, selling of human body parts and organs is becoming more and more popular in many countries of the world. This is a result of the increasing demand of organ replacement, usually kidneys and liver. Organ trafficking is described as the illicit trade of human organs for money. Some countries such as Angola, Brazil, and China have been identified to have the highest number of persons practicing organ trafficking. Other countries involved in the practice of organ trafficking are Ecuador, Canada, Haiti, Colombia, Costa Rica, Peru, Israel, Mexico, Pakistan, and Georgia. Let's see. Why Nigerians sell their organs. Poverty has contributed to the reason why some Nigerians get involved in the trade of organs. Advancement in medicine has made the transplantation of organ possible and provided the donor and recipient in question have the same blood group. In other, I don't know why they wrote it like this. In order to cater for their needs, some Nigerians offer their organs for sale to Asian countries that are willing to buy them. On the other hand, some are tricked into big cities to sell their organs, which we just read. The history of organ donation and transplant in Nigeria can be traced to 1980. However, due to the falling standard in the Nigerian healthcare system, no organ donation was made until 2000 when the first renal transplant was done. Since then, other organ transplant centers have continued to emerge. Later in 2008, 4 centers were opened and have been reported to have performed more than 100 successful renal transplants and still counting. Though there is no formal restriction to organ harvesting in Nigeria, the law has, however, said that the organs of a deceased could be transplanted provided that the death was established by 2 or more physicians who had no initial motive of harvesting the patient's body organs. In addition to this, a signed report must be provided by the physician in charge of the method used to establish death. However, in cases where the deceased specifically instructed against the act or the family of the deceased disagrees, the organ will not be harvested. Some families also willingly sell their organs for hundreds of dollars. Now they're going to link it to ritual killings. Boy. If I found this, trust me, mainstream media found this. In the past year, no less than 55 suspects have been arrested for being in possession of human parts. In Nigeria, it is a myth that human parts can be used to make quick money. Some Nigerians, therefore, in an attempt to get quick riches, resort to kidnapping for ritual purposes. Also, because human organs sell for millions of naira, they further extract victim organs and export them abroad. Ritual killings common in states like Osun, Oyo, Kogi, Lagos, Nasarawa, and Kwara states. And he took the man from Lagos. But I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Again, I just searched Nigeria human trafficking, organ trafficking, and there you go. That was the 4th entry. But there you go. I'm going to put this in the chat. Y'all tell me. I'm going to read that later. I don't know what I'm talking about, though, right? Y'all are the face of this now. They know the cartels are doing it. They know there's some Jewish people that are doing it. They know all these other countries all over the world are doing it. They've just made you the face of it. You're going to be ground zero. Hell, probably even when they're done, they're going to probably say, hey, this is the port where it goes all over the world, to Europe, to Asia, to goddamn US. Oh, yes. Look at this. Africa.com picked it up. Africa.com. We are committed to Africa. They put it. They have it. They used Al Jazeera. Yeah. 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 But I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, the media is duplicitous. For you to get away from what the media spins, you have to go down the rabbit hole yourself. If you do not understand white supremacy and how it works, everything else you understand will just confuse you. That's from Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. And I fully endorse that. The information is there. You have watched over the years. They loved to have every negative thing going on in this country attached to black folks. Everything. AKO Kid Fit. Hello. Everything. And what did this whole scamdemic prove? We ain't out here doing all the dirt. All these other groups are doing the dirt. But what do they say? Oh, they must have got it from them black folks. Well, Nigerians, welcome to the list. Welcome to the party. Because now you guys are the face of organ trafficking, not the cartels, not all these other groups. You. And they went high for this one. They got a Nigerian politician and his old lady and a doctor. Modern slavery laws. They got convicted under. But yeah. Yeah.
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
That's what y'all said to that boy when y'all wanted to take his kidney and he said no.
If you're not careful, I'll give you a look at.
Yeah. Yeah. But y'all so successful. Y'all just lost a senator for life because you know they're not gonna give him no plea deal. You know this. Him and his old lady are going to be the poster children for the UK's crackdown on organ harvesting. They don't care if you're off the street or you're off Silsden. They're going to take you down. The UK really should be doing this. Yeah, deport them. How you a Nigerian senator staying in London? How? How is that possible? But again, y'all telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. This channel is about news and politics, but you're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've outlined different times where the media likes to switch their narratives when it's convenient. They were salivating at this story because of what happened with Trump, him not getting indicted. They needed something to hang their hat on, and they hung their hat on that. Everybody. But there you go. Tell us more how you're successful, please. I'd like to know that. Now we have something else to hold over you. We can hold over the Ekweremandus. We can hang that over you. This is how y'all get down over there. But y'all, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I know most of y'all bypass that. It's okay. But yeah. One more again before I get up out of here. I'm going to play the Sky News. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hear me? They broke in with breaking news on this. Yes, Rain Love, the thirst to indict Trump was real. Now he get to do it next week because they said this is a bigger story. Let's play it again.
Bailey. And that is that
Rewind.
we've just got some breaking news from the Old Bailey. And that is that a Nigerian politician has been found guilty of an organ harvesting plot that involves a British hospital. It's the first case of its kind. So Senator Ike Ekweremadu, his wife Beatrice, and a medical middleman called Dr. Obina Obeta were all found guilty at the Old Bailey of conspiring to exploit a young man from Lagos in Nigeria for his body part. Their daughter, Sonia, was cleared of the same charge, and the victim was a 21-year-old street trader from Lagos. He was brought to the UK last year to provide a kidney to their daughter, Sonia, in an £80,000 private transplant at the Royal Free Hospital in London. So the first case of its kind in which a Nigerian politician has been found guilty of an organ harvesting plot involving a British hospital, a private £80,000 private transplant, the Royal Free Hospital.
Uh-huh. Before we go though, folks, let's go in history on this man before we get up out of here. So Vanguard, hello. Let's do some history on this man before we go. So this is this man's Wikipedia page. And for those who are going to tell me that this ain't truthful, yeah, here you go. They had that updated. When did they update this? Should usually say it here. They didn't put the date. They usually put the date. So they already had it lined up, ready to go. Here we go. On April 12th, 2003, he was elected to the Nigerian state in September 20, 2003 as vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Information. He's a chief, stated that the Senate would make a serious investigation to allegations of bribery leveled by federal capital territory minister, whatever. Okay, let's go down a little bit. So he was popular in his region of Enugu West. 5 times. All right. He said he wasn't going to run for office in 2023 because I guess living in London, he didn't want to go back. All right. He was attacked in Germany, August 17, 2019, while attending the second annual cultural festival and convention organized by Nindi Igbo Germany in Nuremberg. Ekweremadu became the victim of a violent attack when members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, stormed the venue of the event and began to question Ekweremadu about the killings of Igbos when the Nigerian army staged Operation Crocodile Smile and Python Dance. They also questioned him about his purported role in the proscription of IPOB in Nigeria. The situation soon degenerated to the extent that Ekweremadu was physically dragged out of the venue, assaulted, and pelted with eggs. He would later announce that he got away from the venue with little injuries. The leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, issued a statement on the attack on Ekweremadu, calling it a polite warning, while at the same time warning other Igbo governors of a possible similar treatment. The 4 suspects were arrested and convicted of physical assault, sentenced to 20 days of hard labor without any option of fine. 20 days. So they got to go touch this man, and they only got 20 days. All right. And then they talked about his arrest conviction. But yeah. Let's look up Operation Crocodile Smile. Niger Delta conflict. It's ongoing conflict around the Niger Delta region of Nigeria and a bid for the secession of the region, which was part of the breakaway state of Biafra. It follows on and off conflict in the Christian-dominated southern Niger Delta in the preceding years, as well as an insurgency in the Muslim-dominated Northeast. Over oil. It's over oil. But they got mad at that man because he was in support of this. Yeah. But he might be going away for the rest of his life, him and his old lady. Sounds like a situation where the world is correct. But anyway, folk, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Stay safe out there. And you know what to do when the agitators of peace come to mess up your existence, or some Nigerians try to tell you that you're just a dumakata and you don't know what you're talking about. You say this.